How's it going, everybody? I got Gazza with me again today. How's it going, Gazza?
Great.
Joe Schmidt. News has been out for a couple of days, Gazza. It was only like a month ago that they said he's going to join the Blues. The latest news out is that we mentioned it the other day, but it's confirmed now. He's joining Ian Foster's team next year, halfway through the year, as an independent selector replacing Grant Fox. What do you reckon about this appointment?
I think he is a very outstanding candidate, to be honest. He's got a lot of rugby experience overseas, New Zealand, worldwide. He's thought highly of by the World Rugby organisations. I think he's an outstanding choice. I think he will help Ian Foster substantially well. I think he's an astonishing guy. He's unbelievable, actually. I can't believe he's going to be with the Blues for about 6 months. He's not going to be there for the Ireland Test. Fox is there till then, and then he's going to help the All Blacks, and I think he will help them astonishingly well with the rush defence.
How much of this is the fact that we just got beaten by 2 Northern Hemisphere teams, and this guy, as far as Kiwis go, probably knows more about Northern Hemisphere teams than anybody else?
I read yesterday on my phone that Foster approached him in 2019, but because of some family reasons, he just couldn't do it, and he had a long spell with Ireland, as you know. So he's done some bit of work for World Rugby, and he's obviously prioritised himself to come in and help the Blues and the All Blacks, and I think he'll be fantastic, wonderful, great news.
They interviewed Fozzie and Joe Schmidt, and they asked Joe Schmidt how he's going to deal with not being the top guy, because he's been a head coach for such a long time, and he actually said he's going to enjoy not having to deal with the kind of management level stuff, and he's going to be able to focus on the details, because we know he's a real details guy. He's the king of the kind of planned set moves, and loves just rewatching the video and stuff. So do you think he is the guy? Because it seems like since the All Blacks have lost Wayne Smith, they're kind of missing that brilliant mind who can analyse and set teams up. Do you think he's going to be that guy?
Yeah, I think he will, because they used to call Wayne Smith the Professor. And I think this guy is along very similar lines to Wayne Smith. So I think Joe Schmidt will be the next Wayne Smith. He's got worldwide respect. He's been an assistant coach, he's been a head coach, he's been an organiser, he's been a manager, he's just done so many things. I mean, the guy is unbelievably talented. I just can't say enough about him.
Do you think that there's any potential background factor in him taking this job, in that he's looking at a potential All Blacks head coaching role in 2020, beyond 2023, or is that looking too much into the future?
Yeah, I think that might be
a bit of a stretch.
It might be on the horizon, but I don't personally see it at the moment. But the only way I could answer that is never say never.
Never say never. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess there's still a lot. I mean, Razor's still there in the background as well, but it seems like the All Blacks do like that well, at least the current pattern from Henry to Hansen to Fozzie seems to be the pattern of appointing one of the
I've also
assistants.
noticed that Plumtree, Feet, McLeod and Moore, their contracts haven't been, they're not going to be detailed until February, which I think if I was the head of New Zealand Rugby and Mark Robertson, I would give these guys another chance. I think they deserve it. They've had COVID-19 conditions to contend with. They've had a lot of challenges. So to be fair, and I like to think I'm fair-minded, I would still be giving them another rub of the green.
Give them a second crack, you reckon? Just one. Yeah, I think they're going through that review process at the moment. The review's going to go through, I think, until January, February, and then they'll kind of know their futures. But we know Fozzie's going to be there because his contract's set in stone. We know Schmidt's going to be there, but after his stint with the Blues. Do you think he's going to do much for the Blues in the meantime? He's only part-time with the Blues, I think.
He will.
Yeah?
I mean, Leon McDonald, I've read a lot about Leon McDonald lately. I think he has the potential to be a future assistant All Black coach. I think Clayton McMillan could be another one down the line who could be a future assistant coach to the All Blacks. I don't need to say anything about Tony Brown or Jamie Joseph. Those guys could come back into New Zealand rugby in the not too distant future. I'm not predicting it, I'm just saying it's very possible.
Where does all that leave Razor then? Does he need to go abroad, do you think? Or do you think he needs...
Does he need to go abroad? I don't know whether he needs to go abroad. I don't think he does. I'm not saying that he won't. He might go abroad and come back. He's actually... he's got a brilliant rugby mind. I mean, we can't really afford to lose him. But if he does go abroad, he will certainly back to make an impact on New Zealand rugby.
Could he be an assistant, or do you think he doesn't want to take that step back?
I
think he's ruled it out in the past, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I don't know.
So you reckon Schmidt's our guy? He's going to help us next year.
Okay. And beyond.
Okay. We certainly got a fair bit of inside knowledge.
That's no discrimination against Grant Fox, because I think Grant Fox was a selector. He's done a pretty good job.
Well, he stayed on longer than he planned to.
2 years, and he's done a good job with Foster, Plumtree, Moore and Feek and McLeod. So, Grant Fox has done a good job, and I'll say that publicly.
Yeah.
I like him as a selector. He's got good rugby knowledge, and you can bet on the side he's still going to be consulted in a minor way. Yeah.
Actually, I meant to ask you, what do you think about the whole kind of selection by committee thing? Do you think the head coach needs to be able to just kind of unanimously decide? Because I know in Australia, they went from having Checker as like the be-all and end-all, and then they had to have 2 selectors alongside him, so it was kind of selection by committee. I don't know how much the All Blacks do in terms of their selection, in terms of like, does Fozzie have the final say, or is it a kind of team effort? I think it'd be a collaborative effort, but...
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a collective effort. But Foster probably does have the final say.
Do you think that's the way it should be?
At the moment, yes.
Yeah. Because sometimes it feels like if you get too many people having their say, you kind of dilute things, and maybe you don't get...
Yeah, there's always a danger of it, but I think these guys are fairly close in their ramifications of the way they select the team.
All right, we'll close briefly with just the New Zealand Rugby Awards, which were announced, I think, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a load of awards, but I'm just going to go over a couple of them. One of them was New Zealand Age Grade Player of the Year went to 20-year-old Josh Lord.
Yeah, that's a good selection.
Yeah.
He's come on the leaps and bounds, yeah. Good choice.
He's gone on to represent the All Blacks at the end of the year, which is a pretty good way. There was the Super Rugby Player of the Year, which was Richie Mo'unga.
It's a hard one. He had a pretty good Super Rugby year. Would he be my choice? I don't really want to say no to him because I really like him as a player, but the only thing I can say is he would have been in my top 3.
Okay. Not necessarily the out-and-out best guy. Okay. All Blacks Player of the Year was Ardie Savea.
Ardie Savea.
I think you gave him one of your higher ratings in your kind of Northern Tour.
He's another one who I'm going to be a bit controversial about. Would he be my Player of the Year? He would be in the top 3. I know you guys might think I'm dodging the question, but I think I'm being fair in my assessment. He would have been in the top 3.
Okay. Team of the Year went to the Crusaders. Blues got snubbed despite winning the Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. First time we've had a trophy in a bloody long time.
Oh, that's another hard one. How do I answer that? Well, the Crusaders have got outstanding record. So I'd probably have to say yes.
But you expect them to win.
With a slight question mark or reservation.
You don't expect the Blues to win anymore, but they still managed to get that job done. So, yeah. And the last one, which is definitely going to be your favourite, New Zealand Rugby Referee of the Year, Ben O'Keefe.
I was hoping you were going to ask me about referees. Referee of the Year.
New Zealand Rugby Referee of the Year.
New Zealand Rugby Referee of the Year. Who do I think's the best? Ben O'Keefe would be in the top 5.
How many top-level referees have we got?
Oh, we've got quite a few.
I suppose.
Who would I have as my top referee? Mike Fraser.
Oh, yeah? Don't know who I'd have. Who else is there? Paul Williams? He can be a bit pedantic at times. I think he's the guy who overruled one of the Blues tries as a TMO when it was just drifting forward.
I'll make some comments about New Zealand referees. I think that, how do I put it? They're in a bit of a transitional stage at the moment with Super Rugby. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been one of their harshest critics. I do feel sorry for them with the changing of the laws. I think, to be fair, they haven't had a lot of time to get used to a lot of the laws. Some of the players think they know the rules better than the refs, and they do. A lot of the players don't know the rules as much as what the refs do. I think the best way to describe it is interpretation.
Yeah, true.
And we have a big trouble worldwide with referees' interpretation.
Yeah.
And Mark here will vouch that I get very upset with a lot of referees from a lot of countries, but I always appreciate the work that they do because I know it's one of the hardest facets of the game to do, having coached myself.
Yeah. I think interpretation's a big part of it, isn't it? We always want it to kind of be black and white, but often it's a wee bit grey.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's come down to the interpretations of the new rules. And to be fair, when they have new rules, they've changed them a lot in the last 5-10 years. And the referees just get used to one set of rules, and then they have a whole lot of new set of rules come in, and it's really hard on the referees. So I'm not going to bag them for that.
Yeah.
They've got a hard job to do. I appreciate the job they do. I love the job they do. I get very emotional about it, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, World Rugby does seem bloody insistent on tinkering every year with the laws of the game, but there you go. All right, folks. Well, cheers for that, Gazza. You like, guys, let us know what you reckon about Joe Schmidt. Is he going to have that kind of Wayne...
Professor Smith.
Professor was Smith. Jeez, of all the names to forget on the spot, it's Smith. Yeah, is he going to have that kind of Wayne Smith effect on the All Blacks? And do you think Ardie Savia was the top All Black of the year? Is Ben O'Keefe New Zealand's best rugby of the year with the Blues robbed as team of the year? You guys let us know your thoughts.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure, go ahead.
At the awards, Sarah Hahini got an award.
Sure, there were loads of awards.
Yeah, Sarah Hahini got an award, and I'm just going to say I endorse what she got. She was really well deserved of that award.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to watch more of the women's game, to be honest.
Yeah, we do. I watch a lot of women's games. I like watching women's rugby. I love it.
It's fast. It's very fast. Sometimes the men's games can be a bit dire, but from what limited women's games I've seen, I
watch a lot of women's games.
I love it.
It's
generally pretty high paced. But all right, cheers, Gazza. Cheers, everybody. Yeah. And we'll talk to you again next time.
Love you guys.
Bye.